Hello everybody, ladies and gentlemen. This is part 1 of my legacies. Sorry I have a lot to say, but let's say it. To begin with here, this is my biological grandfather and my biological grandmother, Rose Nuciola, 4 years before I was born. Sadly, a few years before I was born, my grandfather passed away, leaving my grandmother, Rose Nuciola. That's where this picture stands. Then, I was born. This is a few days after I was born, with my mother, Nancy Nuciola, my grandmother, Rose Nuciola, and my mother, Nancy Nuciola's sister, holding me. This is special. I was being baptized for the first time. Then, I turn 2 years old on this photo. This was the beginning of my plant growing hobby. In one hand is an African violet I got for my birthday, and I got a hot dog for my birthday that day. So many people have questions with this photo. You know? What kind of a photo is it? Where did it come from? Well, it's a Polaroid photo. In fact, it's similar to this one here. This one is from 1996, when I was 4 years old professionally blowing up balloons. It's 2 years younger than this one, but as you see, they are very similar. In fact, it came from the same model camera. Now this one here hasn't fallen apart yet, but clearly on the back it says Christopher Nuciola, 1996. As you see, it has a black back just like this one. Yes, both of these came from the same camera. Now I know you have questions. Who snapped these photos? My uncle Frank Nuciola snapped these photos for me. I did not take them. Next up here is me when I was 5 years old on Christmas, graduating from preschool. This was my school photo that day. This is me when I turned 6 years old, graduating from kindergarten. School photo. This is me in April 2001, when I first started my ball building hobby, which started with a rubber band ball. Then, on October 5th of 2001, I turned older. This was me with my $37, even though I got a lot more than that I was going to put towards my rubber band balls. Then, I turned 10 years old. This is me on my DARE graduation, which is a 2-year class that teaches you how to take care of your mind and body. Then, here, I aged out of middle school, and this was my first day of high school. I told them my stories on my legacies, and I got to hold an earth ball on what my ball collection would be like one day. And they were so amazed by it, I started college that day. So high school and college started this day. This was a few days after when I got my hair cut, and this was another school photo. Then a few more days went by, and I visited an old family member. His name is Tony. He was a foster brother. This was on 10/21/2006. He was the one that taught me how to build rubber band balls the right way. Yes, he taught me this on April 5, 2001. This here is my classroom school photo when I aged out of my first classroom with high school and college at the same time. This is me in front of the conservatory when I was, I think, 14 years old, making a mussel because that was the coolest plant place I have ever seen in my life. Then, this is me from 2011 on my birthday with my mother Nancy Nuciola and my brother Dave Nuciola at Bolero. This is me and my mother Nancy Nuciola when I was 18 years old. This is me on the day of my graduation when I received the official rights for this hobby and this legacy in front of more than 500 people. This is me 1 year after my graduation with my brother Dave Nuciola, my uncle Frank Nuciola, and a special family member. There's more to come. Here is my great-grandfather and great-grandmother. Here is my grandfather and grandmother with all of their kids. Family photo. Both of these are from 2003. This here is my grandmother, Rose Nuciola, and my mother, Nancy Nuciola, when she was a baby. This here is my uncle, Philip Nuciola, a few days before he died when I was 16 years old. This here is my biological father. This here is the entire Nuciola family. Sadly, I was not in this photo, but it's still awesome nonetheless. Whoo boy. This today has been all of this. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. A lot of stuff. Good stuff at that. I hope you enjoyed this, everybody. Until I reveal more of this in the future. I gotta go.